Good Evening Columbus on ABC6 starts now.
We've been tracking some showers and thunderstorms rolling through central Ohio as we get the weekend started. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rodney Dunnigan. Chief Meteorologist Marshall McPeak, of course, tracking everything for us tonight. And I know those runners for the Cap City Half Marathon, like myself, hoping that it dries out just a bit.
I think the forecast is looking much better.
Good.
So a few days ago, it looked like it was going to be really wet. At this point, I think you're probably going to have some damp roads and maybe a few puddles. So you dodge those, you'll be all set. Tonight, we still have some fairly significant rain across a lot of the area. The cold front is still way back here. That will push all of this rain through here during the evening, and overnight it'll push it out of the state. But for now, it is still pretty wet across a lot of central Ohio. Columbus itself has had some on and off showers, a few rumbles of thunder. Right now, we're sort of in a bit of a break on the west side, but it's still raining a little bit on the east side. Down 23, Circleville to Chillicothe. You've got some pretty decent rain happening there. It's a little heavier out near Frankfort and South Salem. And then farther to the east of Columbus, Muskingum and Coshocton counties getting a little bit of moderate rain and some heavy rain north of I-71 up near Mount Gilead. That rolls over onto 71 near Belleville in Richland County, and some light rain in Upper Sandusky and Bucyrus. Right now at the airport here in Columbus, it is 67 degrees, 65 in Marion and 63 in Chillicothe. Your D.R. Horton America's Builder current conditions in Athens and Marietta, both at 67. A little gusty wind for you. Marion with a wind gust close to 20 to 25 miles per hour. So the rain will move off to the east during the overnight hours. And this is why the forecast looks better for the half marathon tomorrow. Because by the time we get to 3 in the morning, a lot of the active showers are finished, and then we can start to dry out just a little bit. But for the rest of your evening, plan on scattered showers, maybe a little bit of thunder. We'll get down to 63 degrees by midnight tonight with an overnight low down to around 53. So mild and breezy overnight tonight. For the Cap City Half Marathon itself, starting at 53 in the morning, first thing, and stepping off at around 8 a.m. It should be around 55 degrees. We'll be in the upper 50s for most of the morning, and some sunshine should break through those clouds by the time we get to closer to noon. So the rain finishes early. It will be cool for the day. I'll show you what the rest of your weekend looks like coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's take you downtown for a look at the setup for the Cap City Half Marathon. We found workers putting up stages and lights and sound systems in the Arena District and Columbus Commons. If you have never been to the marathon, expect a lot of music and excitement as the runners get ready. There will be more than 10,000 runners plus thousands cheering on the sidelines. Jeremiah Wilcox has a preview.
Before they hit the road, people like Brian Adams are prepping for the big day.
I love racing. I love running marathons and half marathons, and so I'm really excited to get out there and test my fitness.
He's joining thousands from all over the world coming to Columbus for the big race. Adams picked up his packet Friday morning. Now all he has to do is rest and load up on carbs.
I'm eating a lot of carbs. I'm going to eat a lot of food today, and otherwise I'm just mentally preparing to suffer.
While he's resting, Cap City Half Marathon organizers are gearing up for the big day. They say safety is a top priority. On race day, there will be nearly 100 medical staff and medical tents along the route in case of emergencies.
Running has become like a significant hobby in my life. I love the community.
The American Red Cross will have mobile units ready to spring into action. Event organizers say they're making sure it's one of the safest half marathons in the country for runners and supporters on the sideline like Nate Polway.
She's not doing the half, but she's training to do that in the fall.
He's planning to cheer on his wife as she runs her first 10K race.
I'm going to get her there on time in the morning and hold a sign at the finish line so that she finishes strong.
Cap City organizers say without safety, the celebration can't happen. They're in partnership with local police. CPD will have 4 bicycle teams in addition to the hundreds of officers working the event. Columbus Fire Department is also set up along the course so runners can run their best race.
Push yourself to a limit you maybe have never reached before, so I'm excited to try to do that.
On your side, I'm Jeremiah Wilcox.
Alisa Henry continues our team coverage with a look at the roads that will be closed.
If you're headed to downtown Columbus, look out for significant road closures as a result of the Cap City Half Marathon, specifically around Columbus Commons. So High Street between Broad Street and Main Street will be closed, and then West Town Street is closed from West Front Street to South High Street. East Town Street is closed from South 3rd Street to Damien Street, and East Rich Street is closed from Wall Street to South 3rd Street. These roads will be closed until Saturday at 2 p.m. Now, during the race, there are tons of rolling road closures as well, all along the 13-mile route, including in German Village, Short North, and OSU campus. We've linked this complete list on our website. Good luck to all of the Cap City runners and walkers.
Tonight, we're getting a look inside Westerville South High School after a huge fight inside one of the hallways. It involved teens who didn't go to school there. This all happened Tuesday morning. A school resource officer found a suspect being held by what appears to be 2 staff members.
Hey, we're going. We're going just to get out of here. Come with me. We're going this way. I ain't asking.
The officer starts talking to the suspect as they walk down to his office, and that's when another fight breaks out.
I'm gonna do this! Stop! You wanna go? Run that! Stop! You're gonna go to jail today. You keep out. You can do that. Stop! I'm just trying to say. Let's just go to my office. It would be cool, right?
The officer then regains control of this situation and starts walking again with that suspect. They almost get to the office when he runs away.
We're gonna go this way. Oh, there's a bunch. Go out this way and turn left. Well, now we got it. Stop!
What's up with y'all got hit? What's
Get
up with y'all?
away.
What's up with y'all, bro?
Stop.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Who's on your back? Put your hand behind your back.
Just about an hour ago, we confirmed this involves several students and several teens who did not attend class there. The district says they got in through locked doors with the help of other students. A BB gun was found during the investigation. The non-students were arrested, and the students are facing trouble with the district and may also face criminal charges. Following this, the principal says that hallway access will be limited. They've also made changes to how students enter and exit the building.
That all just came down to just good old-fashioned street cop police work.
Tonight, we're learning new information about a major drug bust that happened in Pickerington. Steve Levine has more on how investigators made that discovery and where this investigation goes from here.
More than 3,000 pills seized by Pickerington police in February at this intersection. The dangerous and potentially deadly drugs discovered by an officer during a routine traffic stop.
41-year-old Jorge Santillan locked up in Fairfield County, now charged with a laundry list of felony drug crimes, including trafficking and possession, after a Pickerington police officer found a gym bag filled with pills marked as oxycodone in Santillan's car when it was pulled over at this intersection 2 months ago.
Were these pills hidden in the car?
They were in a bag. They were located on, there was a bag that was on the passenger floorboard.
ABC6 receiving photos of those seized pills from law enforcement. Police say Santillan is believed to be from Mexico and told investigators he was on his way to New Jersey to drop off the drugs.
If this guy was driving legally, would you even caught him?
No. Probably wouldn't have been anything to pull him over on. It was just, the officers did observe a couple of minor traffic violations.
3,700 pills created a look-like prescription medication, and several bags filled with a powdery substance were sent to the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation for testing. Authorities learning earlier this week those pills labeled as oxycodone were actually tainted with carfentanil, a lethal synthetic not approved for human use and 100 times more potent than fentanyl. The seized white powder also tested positive for fentanyl and perfluorofentanyl.
Have you seen a lot of carfentanil in Pickerington?
Not a lot. We've made majority of the hard drugs that we get are, fentanyl based. But carfentanil, no, we've not had a lot of.
Police telling us this investigation far from over. Additional trafficking charges could be filed in connection to these seized drugs. On your side, Steve Levine, ABC6 News.
If you need to dispose of any prescription drugs in your home, tomorrow is the day to do it. The DEA National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. That means that you can get rid of a prescription drug that you don't need anymore. Local law enforcement is joining forces with the DEA to set up those drop-off locations, and you can find a link with the list to this story on our website and, of course, the ABC6 app. The DEA says the goal is to prevent drug overdoses at home. All right, turning back to the forecast, obviously, Marshall, a wet night out there tonight, but thankfully for those runners with the half marathon tomorrow, things will be drying out just a bit.
It's improving a whole lot. So it looks like leftover moisture on the roads, but nothing actively raining while you're trying to run. In the meantime, tonight, we still have that rain to deal with. So if you're still planning on going out this evening, you're going to have to dodge a few raindrops. You may have just some light rain in a few areas, like what's happening in Columbus right now. A lot of this is just some quick on and off showers. What's off to the south and a little bit to the north is a little heavier right now. Dublin Road is wet, but we can see the downtown skyline without too much trouble. The airport reporting a shower and 67 degrees, 90% relative humidity. And these are your D.R. Horton America's Builder current conditions. We're down to 65 in Marion, Mount Gilead at 63, Circleville still at 66, and a little bit of gusty wind up near Marion right now. But as we go through the night tonight, these showers will eventually taper off, mainly after midnight. We're going to deal with it between here and there. But by 3 in the morning, it's out of Columbus. It's almost out of the state by then. So by 7 o'clock in the morning, when a lot of folks are headed downtown for the half marathon, we're likely to see some drier conditions by then. So for the evening, temperatures are still going to be in the 60s for a little while. We could get a little thunder, but most of it's just some on and off showers. 53 for the eventual low tonight. That cold front that pushes the rain out is going to leave us a little drier by Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, we start getting a little bit of clearing. This breeze out of the northwest is going to bring in some cooler air. So it's not going to be nearly as warm as it was today, and probably not as humid either. By Sunday, some high pressure starts to dip into the region, and that will help clear things out for the daytime on Sunday. So Sunday looks like a really beautiful day. Saturday, clouds to start with. Temperatures in the mid-50s, warming up into the lower 60s during the afternoon. And then on Sunday, sunshine all day long. We'll get into the upper 60s again on Sunday, and it gets warmer from there. So tomorrow's high, 61, windy, cool, so not quite like it was today, but we'll get some sunshine later in the afternoon. Sunday looks beautiful, lots of sunshine, 68 degrees, which is right on average for this time of the year. And then we warm up again. Monday's high up to 78 degrees with a bunch of sunshine there, and we'll climb into the 80s on Tuesday. Tuesday, though, comes with a chance for some showers and thunderstorms, and there are different mechanisms each day, but storms are still possible Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So for different reasons each day, but the bottom line is take rain gear.
There you go. All right, we'll continue to track it all. Thanks a lot. And of course, thank all of you for tuning in online this evening. We're back on ABC6 after the NFL draft tonight, sometime after 11. Can't give you the exact time. Hopefully, it's close to that, though.
Let's hope some Buckeyes go.
There you go. Have a great night.